And it seems the Democrats are preoccupied with the skin colour. They're accusing the Republicans of favouring them because they're white. But really, these are the only refugees, the only asylum seekers you can think of that the Democrats don't want to help. And you have to wonder why. Is it because of their skin colour? But Marco Rubio wasn't done yet. He then went scorched earth on Democrat Senator Chris Van Hollen, who you'll remember a few weeks ago went down to El Salvador to visit a deported MS-13 gangbanger.
I have to tell you directly and personally that I regret voting for you for Secretary of State. I yield back.
May I respond?
You may, sir.
Well, first of all, your regret for voting for me confirms I'm doing a good job. In the case of El Salvador, absolutely. Absolutely. We deported gang members, including the one you had a margarita with. And that guy is a human trafficker, and that guy is a gangbanger, and the evidence is going to be clear. In the days to come, you're going to see who you went to defend.
Senator,
I'm sorry,
please,
Mr. Chairman.
Secretary Rubio has the floor.
Mr. Chairman, he can't make unsubstantiated comments like that.
Secretary Rubio has the floor. You had
Secretary
your time.
Rubio should take that testimony to the federal court of the United States because he hasn't done it under oath.
Here's another point, okay? There is a division in our government between the federal branch and the judicial branch. No judge and the judicial branch cannot tell me or the president how to conduct foreign policy.
Mark Rubio is in fine form these days, Adam. It seems Trump's team has adopted his style. They're not backing down. They're bold. They're not trying to appease their ideological opponents. And I've got to say, it's pretty effective.
Yeah, it's very much so effective when you do the thing that the voters actually wanted. You know, there was a mandate that was put in place. A lot of Americans saw what was going on through the southern border. They saw what was happening in their local communities, what happening within their cities. This was a very popular choice to actually strengthen our borders, to get rid of people who should not be here. And the fact is that the Democrats have played this game of doing the opposite of Trump, even if Trump is right. And so everyone is well aware that the Democrats are on the losing side of this issue. There is no winning when it comes to, simping for illegal immigrants and traveling to foreign nations and pretending like these people are your constituents. And I really, truly hope that the people who voted for that senator really regret their vote for him, because it's very clear he cares more about foreigners than he does about the American citizens or the legal immigrants who are in this nation.
And you mentioned the mandate that the Trump administration has, and here is Vice President J.D. Vance explaining that the courts cannot be allowed to set policy to essentially frustrate that mandate.
You cannot have a country where the American people keep on electing immigration enforcement and the courts tell the American people they're not allowed to have what they voted for. And that's where we are right now. We're going to keep working it through the immigration court process, through the Supreme Court as much as possible. And look, success to me is not so much a number, though obviously I'd love to see the gross majority of the illegal immigrants who came in under Biden deported.
Adam, is that what's happening here, a judicial insurrection of sorts where the courts are usurping the will of the American people?
That's what it appears to be. It appears to be lower courts, circuit courts, are challenging every move that Donald Trump is trying to make within his administration to actually follow through with the mandate we were just talking about. And part of the problem is that Donald Trump is trying to do it as fast and as large as possible when it comes to these deportations and try to keep up with the speed of the illegal immigrants who came into this nation. So he's facing a large, large hill, and it's hard for them to do it as efficiently and effectively when you have these courts who are trying to impose basically constant challenges for things that they are claiming that they can and cannot do and slowing down the process. The reality is that Joe Biden failed as a president when it came to protecting the border, and we had record numbers of people coming through. Donald Trump is trying to, in a very expeditiously way, pull these people out of our nation and to protect the citizens of this country, protect our southern border. So, of course, he's going to face some sort of challenge, whether it's coming through the courts or other means.
Now, Adam, you wrote a fantastic piece in the New York Post about how no one wields dead black people more enthusiastically than progressive ideologues. like the New Jersey mayor.
We, can relate to that because we was undocumented too. Well, I don't want y'all to be confused. Black folks, you was undocumented. You come from a whole line of undocumented people.
Adam, did he really compare ICE agents to slave catchers and compared illegal immigrants to slaves?
Yes, very much so he did. And as a voter in the state that he's attempting to become the governor in, I would never vote for him for the simple fact that, one, he's weaponizing my race and trying to bring up this whole racial rhetoric coming from slavery times as if they're equatable. The fact is, these people were not supposed to come here. The fact is, they came here, and now that their party is losing, this is their only constituents that they want to support. And so my issue as a voter is that why do they care more about them than they do about us? Why is he standing outside of ICE facility, but he's not standing outside of a warehouse where these people are taking American jobs, in particular, Black jobs from Black Americans in Newark, New Jersey, and throughout the state of New Jersey? So no, I do not trust that if this man was to get power, which it's unlikely that he will win. He right now is polling third amongst Democrats. But I do not trust that a progressive like him will get into office and actually care about American citizens like myself and our sovereignty. I think he will do everything possible to basically try to get illegal immigrants to stay, try to get them to become the underclass that they have been within New Jersey.
Well, it seems to be a stupid hill to die on, Adam, because the polling on this issue seems to be pretty clear. And the polling has changed over the years, but right now it seems to be that the majority of Americans want to see every illegal immigrant deported, not just the ones convicted of crimes, but every single illegal immigrant deported. But the Democrats are doubling down on this as a policy issue, and I just do not understand why they've picked this, because they're going to lose the argument every single time. Adam B Coleman, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you.